What's good, man?
What's good, fam? How you doing, man?
I'm feeling fantastic. Just dropped some shit on my floor, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm feeling good, bro. How you feel?
That's some real life shit right there.
Oh
Nah, man,
yeah.
I'm doing good. That's some real like
That's
turn
a
it on
fact. That's
like
a fact. I just got out the shit. Come on, man. We out here. We out here. I'm clean for
that.
this. I'm clean.
That's right. That's right. Nah, man. First off, man, I want to say, man, I appreciate you taking some time to check in with the show and kind of let us know what you've been up to, man. So I appreciate that, man, for
Oh,
sure.
I appreciate you having me, brother. Come on, man. Come on. This is great. This is great. And I love the shirt, by the way. Come on.
Hey, oh yeah, hey man, represent, man. Shoot, man. Because I'm over here in Colorado, man, and yo, man, like we followed him tough, man, out here back in them early days, man. So it was a real inspiration for all of us, and and obviously, you being the son. I mean, hey, man, we were always envious of you too, man. We're just like, damn, yo, that's just some real, you know,
Oh, that's dope.
real life
That's
stuff,
dope.
man.
Man, I
So,
appreciate that. Yeah. Oh yeah. Go on. I'm sorry.
no, 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 go ahead, please, no, man,
No, I
please,
was gonna
man.
say
This kind of
it must be interesting. Yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously, I see myself from the outside in, not from the. I mean, from the inside in, not from the outside in. So like, I look at people who I'm huge fans of now, and if their children, picked up the torch and was doing it, and I appreciated their stuff too, I would be flat. I always try to grasp that perspective because people hit me with that. I'm always like, wow, that must be a crazy feeling. So I really appreciate all that love that's directed towards me, man. I do.
hell yeah, no, for sure, man. Well, later in the interview, man, I'll kind of touch on some more of that stuff, man. But back to an important question because we're all involved in this, man. What have you been up to during this quarantine, man, to keep busy?
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I've been one. I have a project coming out in June. I made the whole thing during this quarantine. It's called Self-Inflicted Bubble Boy,
Okay,
SIBB. You know what I mean? It's coming out June 18th, and got some singles coming out for it soon, actually, in the next upcoming weeks. And yeah, I recorded the whole joint myself. I've been learning. That thing I wanted to just get out and work on some music, but I also been building up some of my skill sets, and I think that's important for people. I've been taking master classes, finished
okay.
Timberland's production master class. Shout out to Timbo. I've been
Yo, big
learning.
time.
Can you hear me?
Oh, my bad. Yeah, you back? Yeah, my ball. Yep. Yeah, you
Yeah,
in
you
there?
can hear me? Oh, yeah, my fault.
Yep.
Yeah, I've been learning how to do coding. I've been learning how to do video editing. I've been learning how to do pretty much a bunch of things that I could build up my skills for during this time, just for the sake of sanity. I've been gaining some weight, losing some weight, going back and forth, learning all this shit. You know what I'm saying?
That quarantine weight,
Yeah,
boy.
that
Hell
quarantine.
yeah.
Come on, you see it on my cheekbones. You know what I mean? And then I also been watching a shit ton of shows, man. Like just crazy, catching up on different stuff, being involved in it. So just working, building up new skills, and taking the time out also to keep my sanity and making sure I'm building my immune system, etc. But yeah, man, just everyone gotta watch out for that project coming soon.
You said that's dropping on June 18th, right?
June 18th, next month on the 18th, indeed. Yeah. Just I feel like I said, I recorded it all. Built a studio in the crib, recorded it.
Okay.
Did all the necessary things, man. Like and I think it's important for artists to be self-sufficient. And if you're an entrepreneur during this time, like there was time before this where some of us felt like we just didn't have the time to do something, and time was the thing that we lacked. But now all we have is time. So if you're not building something now, then you really only lack the motivation and the will to do it. So I don't want to be one of those people coming out of this and being like, oh, I didn't have time, and now no, like this is that time period to build on that and to get into your hobbies again. So yeah, just been
Yeah.
doing it, man.
No, I hear you, man. I mean, that's kind of how I feel too. With this quarantine, it's kind of like put a more importance on time because because typically I'm pretty sure like you, man, I'm just always on the run, like doing
Hmm.
work, trying to hop to this project, and
That's a
you
fact.
know, at first it was kind of tough for me to slow down. I was like, nah, I can't do this. Like, I need to be out. I'm hitting people up, and they're just like, yo, we chilling, and it kind of took me like a while to kind of get in the groove, but I feel the same way. Like, I've really been able to like take on other projects that I put, in the back
Put
burner,
off,
like,
yeah.
and so, it's really like helped jumpstart a lot of stuff that I was like, yo, I wanted to do this like 2, 3 years ago. Now I
Fact.
finally got that shit done. So,
Nah,
mo-
that's big, man. This is the time. If you had that thing that anybody out here listening, if they had that thing that they've been sleeping on or waiting to get to, or just like, yo, like now's the time to do it. Build up that skill set, build up that career, build up whatever it is, and just go for it, man. Don't be that person that comes out of this with nothing, you know?
exactly, exactly. And I was kind of peeping out your Instagram. So I saw you're going to start dropping freestyles now every Friday, right? 'Cause I know you was doing
Yeah,
that for a
yeah.
little. I know you was doing that for a little while.
Yeah, I did that shit for like a year straight,
Yep.
you know, like a couple years back, and you know, I was doing that during a time where I was really trying to figure out how to grow my musical skill set. A lot of the times when I make, like, I don't really like a lot of my music because not that it's bad, but it's not what I envision in my head. It's like when you have an idea of something, like if you're cooking something, you know how your mom cooks it, and you want to make it just like her, and it still comes out
Yo.
delicious, but it's not how your mom made it, and you're tight. Like, damn, like
Yeah.
that's how I feel about my music. Like in my head, I hear it a certain way, but my skill set, like what I'm able to do with my voice or how I'm able to articulate things or vibe, it wasn't up to par with what I heard in my head. So I took that time. I released a freestyle every week, and I challenged myself on each one of those. And I'm at that point now where I'm like, yo, I want to grow musically, but also we're in a digital age, especially now where everyone's at home. We need to
Oh yeah.
have an excess amount of content. And I think people want to, you know, they want to hear me rap more, and I need more content, and I want to build up my skills. So I'm gonna start giving people at least that weekly thing, keep my pen sharp, you know what I mean, and just express myself in a different way, man. Yeah.
Word up, word up. Yeah, a few weeks ago, I actually had the honor of talking to one of your brothers, Whisper. So I actually had him
Yeah.
on the show.
Whispers.
So we
Yeah.
kind of, Whisper. So we got to talk about, you know, just kind of, you know, his evolution. I know he had the new album dropping, and I'd ask him kind of the same stuff. Like, yo, so how is it working with Chris Rivers? Like, how did you guys kind of connect and meet? So, kind of same question, man. Like, you know, how is it working with Whispers, man? How did you guys kind of first, you know, connect in the studio? How, you know, how did that kind of come about?
Whispers is literally my cousin. Like he's my actual cousin. So
Okay.
I've known yeah, I've known him my whole life. Like he used to babysit me when I was like 7. Like, you know what I mean? And he was terrible. Like he would just come in the house and eat all the cereal and like make us do stupid shit. Like,
You
you know
like
what I
go in
mean?
your
Like so
room.
like I yeah, yeah, I've known him my whole life, and my whole life I've watching him rap, and he's always been outrageous to me. Like just the level of skill that he's had, and when I started pursuing like hip hop seriously, like right after high school, and I was like, yo, I want to like seriously do this. He was, you know, the person right there that was writing verses while, you know, on while I'm writing music, he's writing music. He's right there. He's showing me his stuff. His stage presence was always crazy. His even in the studio, like watching him record, I've learned so much, like from the way that he sets the mood and the way that he layers his shit and like everything. So like his skill level and his performance level are like outrageous. So you know, I
Word
learned a
up.
lot just being around him, and I learned a lot just watching him create and how passionate he is about it. So you know, it's always been amazing working with Wiz. You know what I'm saying? He's a trip every time. So like it's never a dull moment. And yeah, man, I learned a lot, and it always kept me sharp because I'm like, you know, if you have people in your group or people in your environment that you work with, and you know that if you slack for a second, they will body you. Like it's very empowering to know, like, yo, let me keep my shit up because I don't wanna be the worst in the room.
Hey, I feel that, man. Hey, I'm one of those people too. I'm always like, yo, I do what I want. You know, I don't care what people think. But in all reality, it's like my people around me. It's like, yo, I want to impress them. I want to keep them like letting them know, like, yo, I'm on top of my game. So, you know, let me
Right.
know if I'm slipping. You know, kind of give me
Yeah,
that
no,
nudge, like,
you don't want yes man, bro. If everyone in your crew is yes man, or if everyone around you, then you're never gonna grow. Like I need those people to be honest. Like my friends look me dead in the face, like, yo, that was trash. That was trash. You better than this. Like, you know what I mean?
you
And I
need,
need that because if they're not doing that, then you know what, I'm gonna stay trash forever. Because it's those niggas, man. They be trash forever because their friends are jacking, they whack shit. Like be honest to your friends,
exactly.
man. Be honest to your friends and take honesty well. Take honesty well. Don't be that person that you need yes man. No.
You know, and that's a big one too. I mean, you know, it's like we all want, you know, some critiques and stuff like that. But I know, you know, sometimes you get those people that are just like, oh, so what you saying? Like, I can't do that. You saying that?
Yeah, and
You
no,
like,
there's a way.
yo, I'm helping you out.
Facts.
Like,
There's a way to deliver it too. You can't just be like, yo, that shit is trash. Next, next. Like, no, but you could be like, yo, like, you know, I felt this way about it, or it didn't make me feel this, and then to be able to articulate it, like me and my friends who are artists, like we call each other all the time, and we show each other stuff, and like, you know, they going like, yo, like this part of the verse, or you should do this, or this felt this way, and even me, I'm like, yo, like this made me feel this. The chorus is fire, but this part, like whatever it is, and we tell each other, and we're not doing it in a way that's disrespectful, just in a way that's like, yo, like I want to see you put out the best possible content that you could put out, and these are my suggestions. You could take it or leave it. I'm not going to be offended, but neither is that person. You know what I mean? Like, so it's it's
exactly.
it's got it's got to be that environment, because if you can't take it, then you're not meant for this game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was like, yeah, this may be the wrong game for you. Yeah. If you
Yeah,
just like,
facts, facts.
I'm gonna
If you
do
want to, if
just
you want to, if
me.
you
Like,
want to be loved, go jerk off. Yeah.
straight up. So I know. So obviously, with this quarantine going down, they say that they're about to start cutting out a lot of these concerts. So pretty much 2020, I feel like may just be shut down for a lot of people. You know, like yourself or any just
Absolutely.
entertainer out here. You know, trying to really get that content out. So I guess maybe kind of, and you touched on it a little bit, what are some of the things that you're going to try to do the rest of this year to kind of make sure you keep yourself, going out? I mean, I know you said the Freestyle Fridays, but do you have kind of
Of
anything else
course.
in mind?
Yeah, definitely. Every quarter I'm gonna release a project. That's my goal. You know what I
Okay.
mean? I'm gonna
Hell
definitely increase
yeah.
the amount of content as far as that. Visuals. I'm learning how to shoot them in the crib, etc. So like increasing the amount of visual content as well as things that are related to music but not exactly music. Like I'm gonna start doing some skits. I got this show called
Okay.
Judge Me Harshly that I take in a lot of people like upcoming artists, people that anyone can send me things, bodies of work, and I go
Word.
and I judge them and I rate them. Same thing with constructive criticism, and I call it Judge Me Harshly because I'm being brutally honest, like, you know what I mean, but in a way that's constructive. So releasing content like that, and then also just having being creative. Like there's certain people who are doing live shows, you know what I mean, like on
Exactly.
live, and doing it in a way that's dope, and they have all these verses. Like you can be creative. Like just because things are going this way doesn't mean shit comes to a stop. It means that the world is adjusting, and if you're creative enough and if you're dedicated enough, you could find that sweet spot of creativity that you could actually capitalize off of this moment in a way that makes sense and that's genuine, you know what I mean, and grow with it. So I'm planning on increasing the content by tenfold, and just keep gunning it out and building up my core fan base and making sure that I'm giving people what they need during these times where music is really all we got at this point and what we can consume.
Exactly.
So like, yeah, so filling that void, filling the gap.
Yeah, man, you got to, man. Especially like you said right now. I mean, it's just like, it's kind of like our world to kind of like capture now, especially for artists. It's like if you're creative, I mean, you really have like no limits right now. I mean, creating, like you said, your own TV shows. I mean,
Correct.
releasing this. I mean, so no, that's big, man. No, that's really big. With next year, so in 2021, obviously we should have some more concerts coming alive, coming back. So are you gonna be making your way to Colorado? Because I mean, I know you're out here. You're up in Denver. I think it was about 2 or 3 years ago. Mad I
Yeah.
had to miss Mad
Yeah,
I had to
shout
miss
out to
that
Ja
show,
Queen,
but
man. Shout out to Ja. Like, and
shout
yeah,
out
yo,
City True.
yeah, I definitely plan on coming out there. Definitely plan on traveling. And even getting to the point where I'm curating my own events and stuff like that, because I've done that when I did SOBs for my last project, Gitu,
Yep.
and I set up a lot of it, and yeah, like it was super dope being on the back end of it, you know what I mean? And being in charge of that and curating certain types of events. So I want to start doing that, traveling, going to where the real core fan bases are. And during this time where everyone's in, to really build those fan bases and to see where they're at and to set up those moments for when we could go out and when everyone feels comfortable. Because I'm not going out with the first wave, by the way. It's like,
Nah. I'm
like
waiting for that
I don't,
fifth, 10th wave, maybe. Like
yeah, like it's like buying like an Xbox. Like you don't buy a new system right when it just comes out. Like that you got to send those shits back for the factory resets. Like nah, like I'm good. Like you get that shit a couple months after, and they get all the tweaks out. Like yeah, sure, because I'm not gonna be part of the statistics of the spike. Like I'm Gucci. Like there's too much fuckery going on. But soon as everyone's comfortable and mass gatherings and sweating and jumping around, like we're definitely gonna curate some events and it's gonna be crazy, man.
Okay, perfect, man. So obviously, I got the shirt on, man. So I wanted to see, like, if you wouldn't mind maybe sharing just like any kind of memory, maybe if it was either in the studio or maybe just kind of like one of those like sit down moments you had with your pops, Big Pun. If you wouldn't mind, maybe just share kind of with
Yeah,
us, if that's cool.
definitely. There's I mean, yeah, no, definitely. There's people who forget that my father passed when I was 6 years old. So like, there definitely wasn't like I wasn't like in the studio with him while he was recording and be like, yeah, fuck big. Like, nah, I wasn't doing shit like that as a very small child. But I do have some significant. Like, he was a prankster. You know what I mean? Like, there was a couple of moments like I could point out, like when Super So you remember Soka's first drop, like Super Soaker's first came out.
Oh yeah.
He gave me and my sisters, I have two sisters, I'm the youngest. He gave us all like the little water pistols, you know what I mean, like little water guns. And he's like, yo, like all three of y'all versus me. And I'm like, oh, bet. So we go outside, we take our positions. We got the little handheld ones, and we pumping the shit up, and we all out there ready, set, flanked everything. And he comes out like with he must have spent like small change on ours, and he got his shit like custom assigned because he came out with like the 10-gallon backpack with the turbo like fucking fire hose joint, and he just blasted all of us and like that. Like he was a prankster. I remember him dumping ice water on people's faces when they passed out to sleep. You know what I mean? Like
The wet
there was
dreams.
never.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah, the
that.
wet dreams, you know what I mean? Like crazy shit too. Like we remember hearing gunshots like downstairs, and we go and run down, and there's like someone we know like dead on the floor, blood dripping from the forehead. I mean, my sister's like, no, and it just turned out to be ketchup, and he had like blanks firing and shit just to scare us, and like just laughing and like, you know what I'm saying? Like just different shit. So like at the core of who he was, like he was just, you know, into pranks and yeah, man, like it's some dope stuff there. Like he was a funny guy behind the veil of all his music and hardcoreness, you know what I'm saying? And I actually told my managers, like, this deep in the game, like I'm actually like this is the last. You can even ask another question if you want, because this is the last interview in history that I'm going to answer anything that has anything to do with my father. I've done
Okay.
yeah, like, so I was like, let me tell you, so like he could get it out because this is the last one, because for like, you know, I've been doing this for 17 years, and everything has been hit to like, even those stories I've told like 18, 20 times, you know what I mean? Like, and there's it's been the level of redundancy. Like I'm about to have, like, even on my page, I'm gonna go like most commonly asked questions about it, but like I've exhausted all the stories and exhausted all the memories and exhausted all the stuff. So I'm like, all right, cool. Like at this point, I think I got there. So I wanted to tell you, I'm like, yo, bro, if there's anything that you wanted to ask, or like this is the last official, from my perspective,
Okay.
what's possible. You know what I'm saying? So even if you gotta think about it, like definitely.
No, and I totally, no, I totally respect that, man. You know, because I really wanted to tread on it lightly because, you know, I already know, you know, obviously you must have got those comparisons your whole entire life, and I already know, you know, you're obviously making your own lane, you know, and you know, so obviously I respect that, man, and I appreciate you at least answering that question. So
Oh
yeah,
no,
man,
yeah, of course.
we'll
No,
leave it right, we'll leave it
I
right
wanted to
there.
use this as I'm like, yo, like this is the last one. It's not even so much as like being tired of the comparison. It's more so like I always like having new things to say, you know what I mean, and new
True.
content. And I just realized I hit the point where I was like, oh shit, like, you know, and this happened a few years ago. I'm like, wow, like, you know, all these questions are either the same or the stories the same. I'm like, yo, like, there's no more I could contribute to his, like, he was so magnanimous in everything that he did. Like he was so huge, and he fortified his legacy to a point of like legendaryhood, that it's like there's not much more I can add to his story besides what I can add to mine. You know what I mean? So if I could shift the narrative from interviews where it forces the person, like, I appreciate you, like, you know certain things about me. I've been to some not a lot, but I've been to some interviews where they know nothing about me, and they're just there like they're interviewing my
Jump
father. And
right
it's
in.
just like, yo,
Mm-hmm.
like, you know, it's at a point now where like the biggest thing I could do for him is to make sure that I establish myself and force these interviewers to get more
Yeah.
creative and do some research. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like, yeah,
Word
it's getting to
up.
that point. So that's where I'm at with it.
Hey, well, no, man. And like I said, I mean, I really appreciate you at least answering that question. You know what I mean? And like I said, I can totally understand that, man, because
Oh
you know,
yeah,
obviously, it's
no,
your
no, of
time to
course.
shine right now. You know, I know you killing it, and you know, and I'm just glad to kind of be a part to see you do this, man, because you know, it's awesome, man. You know, like, you know, I've definitely been, you know, kind of keeping up with a lot of your freestyles on the Sirius radio, you know, and I always kind of, you know,
You're the
see when
man.
you have the shows going down, and I'm always like, damn, one of these days I'm gonna get out to NY, you know, I'm gonna make it to
Of
one of your
course,
shows,
bro.
so you know. That's definitely on my word, man. I'm gonna make it out there, or even when you come out here, you know, I'll
Oh
definitely
yeah,
be there
no,
for
yeah,
sure.
no, you bet. We could pinky swear on this shit. Like
Yeah, we up in there.
it's gonna happen, bro. Like for real. And I would love to see you in my city and yours. Like it's gonna be lit, bro. It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be good.
Most def. So so yeah, man, and that's pretty much it. You know, like I see now, I like to do the little 15-minute quarantine, just kind of something real quick to kind of just let people know who you are, you know, kind of what you got going on. But before we head out of here, man, you know, want to know if you can bless us with a quick little freestyle, if you wouldn't mind doing that for us.
Of course, man. Come on, let's get it. Let's get it. I
Yep.
got you. What's
When
good,
that, hey,
Chubby?
it's all you.
Yeah. I said, make a switch and live your life. I remember switching lights off. I sleeping on my cousin's floor. He living with the mice. Something isn't feeling right. I don't even know myself. Worth a fiddle with the price. I roll a split that hit like fights. So precise. My niggas pulled up like a heist. Popping shit like politics. So this came through when the birthday suits and they modeled it. Hard to get loose. I never got used. Getting caught up in the stupid, the hooch of the cooch. And the niggas that do don't get out of it. I still do that shit though. I like that Buddha and Poe. Cups of that liquor and picture the hoes that do crescendos. We watch Sopranos while she lays on shallow chest. My heart don't sway for shallow death. depths. I only pay with borrowed flesh. Wish I could say I'm out of breathe. I thought you did it with ease, so you found out it wasn't easy. Leave, you ain't got nowhere to be. Still, you gotta learn how to be free. It's cheap. All of that talking, fall back, often, call that, caution, call back. I'm all in. Yeah, man. Come on. Self-inflicted Volume 1 coming out
Damn.
June 18th,
Oh,
man. Everybody tune in. We got shit coming, baby. And I thank you,
hey,
bro. Cliff, you the man.
thank you so much, man. You take care of yourself, man. Can't wait to check out
Likewise.
that album coming out June 18th. I'll check out those freestyles every Friday as well, too, man. And you take care of yourself, and I'll see you out here either in Colorado or NY soon, man.
We out, baby. Love,
All
bro.
right, man. Yo, peace, man.
Peace.